Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Pioneer Curious. I shipped this Zero Lander. Alright, we'll keep it. I mean, we have a couple removal spells, a way to fill the graveyard, a Stitcher Supplier, REI Fable. We draw an Oculus, we're in business, but we don't have one, so maybe we, for now, get rid of that. It's the least impactful of our cards, given our hand, and we're on the play, so we're on the draw, so we can kill what they play now, hopefully. Or we are up against Izzet. All right. Can we beat Izzet? Torsion Tower is good. Fable should be good. Help us find our answers. Can use another blue source, obviously, for this Overlord of the Flood Pits impending. All right. Getting their card draw. No maximum hand size on. All right. Well, I'm glad we're playing Izzet Phoenix. It'll be a good wrap up for our final match for the article. I think I'm not sure I'm going to get to the league play. It's already almost 11:30, and I need to get it finished for tomorrow. My kids are off school tomorrow because, why not? Post-Halloween, you might as well be off school. Sleight of hand. All right, let's read this card. Lean up comment on your turn. If you've drawn more than one card this turn, put X+1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn -1. All right, so they're drawing a lot of cards. I kind of want a blue source. There's the Oculus for, man, right on time, too. We would have been able to get it out there. All right, well, we're going to Fable and hopefully find what we need to compete with Izzet Phoenix. They do play some common removal spells, or targeted removal spells. Whatever that red one is that cares about sorceries and instants in the graveyard. They may just be interested in getting a Phoenix down right now, and our shields are down for them to grow it. Although we will sack this Fable to exile the Phoenix. We'll see. Lightning Axe. There's one Arclight. And another land. Drawing some cards. Now the Phoenix might just be out of range. So our shields went down for one turn, and that's when they went off. Now they're going to get a big old... No, I don't think actually... Yeah, the way it stacks, they don't actually get the counters right away. So, okay. We would like a land, probably. Another Oculus. Mine Rack is really good for filling our graveyard. We kind of want all these cards, to be honest. But we'll get rid of one Mine Rack. The Fatal Push, maybe. Okay, we did find another land. Get rid of that. We're so close to just hardcasting this Overlord of the Flood Pits that I kind of just want to do that. We could run it out there now, but I'm okay with our opponent doing another and fill their hand kind of turn. Impending 4, that's so long before we actually get it down. All right, so they're going to do their Artist Talent so they can refill their graveyard quickly. What do we find? Okay. Do they have main deck counter spells? Draw 2, discard 1. What do we find? Consider. We have double red, blue, black, double blue. All right, well, I mean, we are going to fire impulse. Are they going to clean our board up? All right, so we're going to be able to next turn cast this one Oculus. And depending on what our opponent does and what we draw, there's a chance we can cast both. No, I don't think we can cast both. Do they have another answer? Can they kill our Overlord? We will F6 and wait and see. You're going to be doing a lot of filtering with this artist talent. And they have cast one Lightning Axe so far, one Fire Impulse. So they're going to have, they probably will find an answer for this. That's 3 burn spells already and 1 Phoenix. There's another Lightning Axe. We kind of are happy to see that Lightning Axe because that means it's one less Lightning Axe they can use to kill our Born Oculus. Another Treasure Cruise with an Arclight into the graveyard. All right. So there I thought about putting Arclight in this deck, but it does require instants and sorceries, and we just don't play a lot of them. So we kind of need to find an answer for this Arclight. And a Torch the Tower is the best, obviously. Stitcher Supplier, now that's really good too. Let's go ahead and see what we find. Croxa. We can Croxa, which will put a lot of pressure on our opponent, I think. But it does knock us back on the Oculus for a couple turns. We want that into our, we want to manifest that, I think. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want that one. 4, 5, 6. Do they have counter spells? Very not. I mean, Izzet Phoenix doesn't typically play counter magic in their main deck. So do they have a way to answer our Oculus? Because we don't mind taking hits. Because we're going to manifest another 5/3, hopefully. Don't kill it, brah. Brazen Borrower, gosh, okay. They do play Brazen Borrower there, though, and that is a way to return it to our hand, then nerf what we're doing, and put a pretty fast clock on us. So we may be in trouble. We are next turn going to be able to play an Overlord of the Flood Pits that can block and refill our hand, or we can just run out another Oculus, to be honest, because we'll have the Fable Passage plus Stitcher Supplier, and that's 6 cards. What does Izzet Phoenix play in the graveyard for Graveyard Haze? So many treasure cruises. So that's our 3rd treasure cruise that our opponent has found. Pretty good. Pretty good way of, I guess, finding treasure cruises is better than playing a Born Oculi. There's another Phoenix, so now we're on an even faster clock. We might be priced in on. And they're going to be able to grow this guy pretty significantly. $10-9. Oh. He drew 7 cards. That's a 10-9. It's pretty good for our opponent. What do we want to bring in against Izzet Phoenix other than ley lines? So we know we're going to draw that. What has our opponent seen? I have not seen a Stitcher Supplier yet. Okay, well, I don't think we can win from here. We can play 1, 2, 3. We can play 7. We cannot play enough to come back from that. All right. Well, that's why we play Land of Voids in the graveyard or in the sideboard. And we have 4 of them. What do you think our opponent will bring in? Fatal Push is okay in the right spot. Thoughtseize can be good. Kroxa attacks our opponent's hand. I think we're just going to do this. This is our first time playing Izzet. I'm glad we're playing it. We played Mono Green, we played Rakdos Midrange as some of the better decks in the format, and now we're up against Izzet. And so far, that was a pretty solid victory from our opponent. They kind of had it all. But unsurprisingly, when you play 3 treasure cruises in a game, so you have it all. We'll definitely keep this because we have our Leyline of the Void plus multiple ways of drawing cards. Brazen Borrower is an answer. Thankfully, we can also just straight up do want more lands, so I hate to put that on the bottom or in the graveyard, and of course then we draw another one. All right, well now we're in the business. We want a black source. That second Steam Vents though is mocking me. Could have been a Drowned Catacomb, and it's not. So we're kind of in the business of wanting lands and spells. We consider into a black source. Ideally, what we'll see is a good card, put it into our hand, draw into a black source. That's one of their better cards. Torch the Tower. We got to keep it on top. I mean, it's just such a nice answer for the Phoenix. Black source. I mean, almost. Right, we're just gonna have to do the impending and hope to find a black source. Oh man. Okay. Well, at least we can discard that. Forgot to take out the Mind Rack Demons. So sometimes you don't find your black sources, and you draw a bunch of black cards. I think it's a snap keep no matter what. We're given 2 considers. We could have milled ourselves differently. We kept the Steam Vents. Man, we really want the Shieldred. Kept the Steam Vents to make sure we hit land, and there's a Watery Grave finally. Guess we have to use our 1 red source in case this is the turn that they go off, but they don't have a graveyard, so they can't go off yet. Okay. We need another black source to turn on what we're trying to do right now. Because yeah, Shieldred's going to max punish this artist talent. They said may discard, but they're going to be digging for a Brazen Borrower, and if we can get the Shieldred down, that's going to just be very punishing. Imagine they're going to have brought in some kind of counter magic. Black source. There is a black source. So I think I want to run out Mind Rack Demon into whatever counter magic they have. If they have it, great. If they don't, then they're going to have to use a kill spell on it after it fills our graveyard. And we now have 4 card types, so it's not going to hurt us anymore. And we can get back to Croxa next turn. Kind of just want them to spend their mana killing it and then digging for whatever they need, and then we can torch the tower or whatever they play. Yeah. I mean, maybe they have a hand of Phoenixes and Treasure Cruises. That does happen sometimes, right? It's not just us that gets bad luck. If they hardcast a Phoenix, that's okay. We can do a lot of things with this, with that on the stack, if we in a combat. I'm not even sure we want to cast a Shield Druid. It depends on what they do here. If they tap out, we have 9 cards. We're going to have to exile 5. Enchantment, creature, land, instant. I think we can be okay exiling 5. Here comes the Phoenix. Okay. Well, they scoop it up. All right, so the ley line gets it done. We didn't even need the Glory Bringers. It doesn't seem like they even had any graveyard hate, to be honest. So do we want to go back? I don't know. The ley line is such a powerful piece of hate against them. Do we just run it back and assume they're going to bring in graveyard hate and just try to have just hope for that kind of start again? We could bring in the Thoughtseizes, I guess. They didn't bring in any graveyard hate, it seemed like, or they just didn't see it. I wonder if they just run a couple of artifacts as their graveyard hate. Kind of just want to bring these back in, to be honest. Let's take out the Fables. We're testing. We're trying out a few things. We really want to see a ley line in our opening 7. Just like our last opening 7 was great. Some lands, some filtering, ley lines. There's a ley line. There's some, yeah, keeping. We have a way to fill our own graveyard. We have Overlord of Flood Pits come down. They must have, they must be bringing in something, right? All right, so we're gonna run out a Raucous Theater. Naborn Oculus we will put on top. Snap, keep that one, and hope our opponent doesn't stick a unlicensed hearse or something. All right, this is gonna be it. Our ley line is a ley line plus what we're about to do. Good enough. We have quite a powerful. This is, if we might lose, and it's so early. We're on turn 2, obviously, but this is the kind of start we really want out of our deck. Pitcher Supplier would be good. What do we see here? Shieldred. Do we want a Shieldred? We can go. Yeah, we'll take the Shieldred. Next turn we can play Watery Grave into Overlord of the Flood Pits. Put another card into the graveyard. We may not get the Oculi down the way we want, though. They've got to have some counter magic, right? They may not even care about this, though, knowing we have Shieldred. Four, 5, 6. What do we get rid of? I got 1, 2, 3. All right, I think we get rid of a land. All right, I mean, our deck is running well this game and last game. Our opponent surely has some things to do. Brazen Borrower, yeah, bounce the ley line. And try to go off this turn either by casting a Phoenix or treasure cruising to refill their hand. We can go ahead and recast the ley line, though. So they may just have some counter magic for it. So it's starting to fill the graveyard. Can we reassemble our hate right now to stop them from what they're doing? They have 4 or 5 cards in hand and a lot of filtering. Are they going to be able to string together enough? And if they have counter magic, they can't just take a whole turn. I mean, if they want to go for a big turn and tap down, they can, but then we'll find, we'll have the ley line out again. Or we'll just eschew the ley line and go Oculus. Ledger Shredder. Maybe they're holding up in the gate. Let's see what they do next. Kind of just want to find another land here. Roxa. Get a mountain. Well, we are flush with cards, and there we go. They're gonna grow their Ledger Shredder. As our Born Oculus Resolve. Do they have? Oh, what is that card? A Braid to fight against our Graveyard Aid. I think we already played a land. Do they have the Axe? Man, we really want this Born Oculus to stick. The impending doom is coming, folks. It is coming. Leyline of the Void. We will manifest dread that. We'll see what our opponent does. I mean, at this point, they're going to get a big Ledger Shredder. All right. Whenever you cast a spell during your turn, other than the first one, you get a 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature token. Whenever a zombie you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each other zombie that enters the battlefield under your control this turn. Can we race? That is going to be the question now. This game is taking an interesting turn for us and for our opponent, who is at the Spell Pierce to stop the ley line. So we played around that nicely. I think we'll be able to. Depends on what our opponent finds. They need a land and another spell. This is a 3/5, so Do they dare attack? They do not. We would love a kill spell right here. Another land. All right, so this 3/5 is a problem for us. We can just run out the Shieldred and start trying to play a pretty fair game of Magic that way. Punish them for each card draw. They're going to get some big zombies, but we're going to have manifests. We're going to manifest dread every single turn. Do we want a ley line? Take a turn off the ley line, or take a turn to play Shieldred and start punishing. Ah, man, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can treasure cruise. Can Croxa. And we gotta take a chance. We gotta get in some damage while we can. It's possible we get punished. We're about to get... The doom is coming, though. I mean, we're gonna have a big board here in a second. Beginning of our next opponent's upkeep. Yes, we will manifest the Overlord of the Baelmerk. I mean, we're going to end up with a huge board. Lightning Axe, sure. Probably going after the Shieldred at this point. They have to, because they're going to just take so much damage off drawing these cards. Now they're up to, what is it, 2 cards? What can they do for 2 with 2 cards? Just, I guess they're going to draw a bunch more and get a bunch of zombies and a big old Ledger Shredder. Can we race, though? Can we... We probably just have 6. So next turn we're gonna get, we'll have 20 damage, 20 power on the board. They're gonna have a lot of damage on power on the board though too, especially if they can chain together a few things. They still got the Brazen Borrower. They're good at just playing a lot of cards. There's the Arclight. There's a Treasure Cruise to refill. I mean, our opponent, this is it. This is the game. Our opponent's having a huge turn. Gonna make big zombies. We can manifest dread and or Glorybringer exert, depending on if they swing. If they attack, I mean, this is close. That's a good game. Our opponent, we're gonna have 2 blockers next at the beginning of our opponent's end step. Man, look at all that. There's so many cards. Yeah, I mean, that's the ley line play we could have done there to help slow them down, but torch the tower for the. I think they went after the wrong one, thankfully. That's just a ley line of the void. But they're gonna get some big old zombies and get a big hit in. So it looks like they're going to get to go wider than we are, faster. And we took a turn off. We could have maybe gone after this guy. But yeah, I think that was the big turn of the game. And we're at 8, they're at 15. We draw into a land, which isn't going to help us too much. Glorybringer to stop this. And then we're going to have 5, 10. We can hit him for 5 in the air, and we're at 8. So this is going to be a Glorybringer and kill that. That's 3, 5, 7, 10, 14, 17. And then we can block. We'll have the flyer and 2 manifest cards and another flyer here. And then that would be don't want to shock ourselves, that's for sure. So if we attack for 10, we attack for 9, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures to block. And we can go block, 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 block. This will be dead. So then we'll be taking 3. See, we blocked the biggest. Taking 3, 6, 7, 11. I don't think that's going to be enough. 1, 2, 3 creatures to block. Yeah, we can only block. We won't have the flyer, so we'll be taking. All right, we gotta attack and exert. Could have done that before to stop the bleeding a little bit. Opponent's got a lot of cards in hand though, so they could easily just kill our things. And we really would have liked to have. All right, well, this is the turn. If we can survive this turn, then I think we can win, but we'll see. What a game. Good game. We have 2 flyers. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 blockers total and 2 flyers. They don't have a kill spell, which it seems like they will. Well, you should be able to survive, but will we have a board left to fight? They're going to start drawing some cards. So this is what makes Magic so much fun. There are a couple points in that game where I could have taken a different line. I think the turn we could have run out the ley line again, they had Spell Pierce up, so that was the right play. And then after that, we could have run it out instead of the Shieldred, and then kind of slowing them down a little bit. It felt like kind of the damage was already done. They already had 4 cards in the graveyard. They could have treasure cruised, but it might have been the right play nevertheless to put it out there. Opponent's digging this. Will they find a kill spell? We really need them to not find a kill spell. Lightning Axe is a kill spell. They're going to go after the Oculus probably. And is that going to be enough to kill us? It might be. We have a block. We have 1 flying, and they found a Torch the Tower. What are they going to get rid of now? That might be enough, unfortunately. We only have 3 blockers now, 1 of which can fly. We'll do it. We're gonna see what happens. They're attacking with everybody. It's a 4/6. So I think we have to go here, here, 3, 6, and there's 2 of them. And then we block here, it's Xaxes. If we block here, we have, man, it hurts losing that Glorybringer. We're at 1. Can we come back? Red, black. Oh man, we could maybe Croxa and get it back and punish our opponent that way. So red, black. If we had another red, oh man, that's the problem here. We could have gotten. All right, so we can try to find an untapped black source and then Croxa. So why don't we first start with Yeah, we could do the Oculus. And then we'd have not enough blockers. It could be a land. They would have played a land, though. They would have played a land. Who knows, though? If they discard a land, we might get them if we can find... They discarded a negate. Yeah. All right, no land there. Don't think it matters, right? 1, 2. Yeah, we're gonna just be short. Ah, what a game. What a game, though. Oh, what, did we misplay in some form or fashion? Forgot about the attack trigger. So we could have attacked, get him to 6. And then gotten the Crocs back. Played the Crocs again and put him to 3. Yeah, they had to discard a land there. All right, well, GG's, opponent. What a tough game. Fun game, but tough. Let's see what we're going to manifest here. All right, well, for cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. Good game, fun game. This feels like a match that you see how close it came, right? 1 turn either way. A match we can win. So, good on our opponent. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Another edition of Pioneer Curious. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com. If you haven't already, please check out my website where you can read about my various commander brews, watch gameplay of my modern jank, and read my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, that I'm publishing serially. And if you enjoy my content, please check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.